If someone is shopping for a mortgage right now,
Yeah.
would you recommend them to get a consultation with you before or after they get their mortgage?
So I mean, both would be important, right? It depends on how far away they're looking to get a mortgage, right? If they're trying to get their mortgage and they want to start planning to put money aside for the future, you know, in a couple years out, then maybe by the time they want to get that mortgage, they could borrow against their life insurance. But if they do get a mortgage and they don't have coverage yet, and they have somebody relying on them, they want to make sure that in the event something happens to them, that their mortgage is paid off. They have to sit down and get a life insurance
That
policy.
makes sense.
You know,
And I like the synergy between the two in terms of budgeting. Again, budgeting is very important, and if you're, let's say you budget for a $3,000 mortgage and you don't have a life insurance policy, and then you know they sit down with you and they see that they need to budget for, let's say, $300 a month for that, then you can change your view on what you're looking to buy. Maybe for now it's better to get a $2,700 mortgage or $300 towards the life insurance policy, and excuse me, in a few years when that policy is built up, the property they bought has more equity in it, then you can move to a better property or a property
an additional one, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And another thing I wanted to talk about with you is like, how have you found your experience in like when you're meeting new people and actually, you know, finding people that actually want to buy houses and stuff? How has your networking experience been?
The networking experience is, you know, I mean, we sell a product that is for everybody, right?
Yeah.
We don't have a specific clientele we're targeting. We don't have a niche. We want to help everybody. Everybody's gonna buy a property, or everybody, you know, have the ability to buy a property.
Yeah.
And everybody who wants to secure the future, who wants to have success in their assets when they're older, has to get a life insurance policy, right? So I like to cast a broad net with this and try to talk as many people as possible. And whenever we start with the process, we never get somebody pre-approved or go over their finances. I like to take an approach on it that's not just, hey, I'm selling you this one product. No, we're giving you a service, and we're gonna look at the whole picture. How can I help you with managing this where it's gonna make sense?
Like your situation that you had, right?
For example, we had a client last month that she had money in the 401k, but she had more than $100,000 in credit card debt, and she wanted to buy a property. And for her to buy a property, she was going to take $100,000 from her 401k, or actually $150,000 from her 401k to put it as down payment. But we structured the loan in a way where she pays off all of her debt, put a much smaller down payment on the property, and she is going to have, or she does have now, $4,000 more in cash flow every month. So
she doesn't have to pay back the interest from
she would never pay it back.
Credit card,
$100,000 making the minimum payments on it. It was killing her. Like she was so happy with the final result, because that $4,000 in cash flow she has a month with acquiring a property that is going to appreciate. That $4,000, if she just saves that money, she can pay off her mortgage in like 15 years. She can replenish the money she took out from the 401k in less than 10 years. She has a solution that if she would have went somewhere where they just, okay, you want a mortgage, here's a mortgage, this is the, you know, the product, and not thought about of this stuff, she would have been in a worse situation that she is right now, because she acquired more debt and she already has that. So any small mishap in her life could really end her financial situation.
And that's why it's a benefit to work with professionals. You know what I mean? Like a lot of times, everybody tries to do everything on their own when they could sit down with people that have gone through a lot of these experiences already, or seen these situations with other clients, where a professional might know how to handle it a way that's going to benefit the client, as opposed to doing it themselves. You know what
professional
I mean?
And values too, man. I mean, like you said, you're a family man, I'm a family man too. I'm Lebanese, so family is big in our culture too. So we're very open, hospitable. We like to help people, and if there's something that, you know, I wouldn't do for my own brother, I'm not gonna, you know, do it for the client. So I always think of the client as, if this was family, what would I advise them? How would 100%. I help them? It's not just about pushing the one product that we have and that's it.
It's a more of the value as a whole.
A holistic experience over this, as opposed to just the one side.
You look out for every aspect of their life, not just the one, you know, area of your expertise. You know,
and that goes back to what you were talking about with networking and adding value. You know, your value of what you do is, for me, the bare minimum. Like the bare minimum for me is to be good with communication,
Yeah.
offer the best rate, offer the the best product, the education. But what I can add on top of that is what can differentiate me from somebody else in this market.
Yeah, absolutely. How many, all the new salespeople out there and stuff. It's really not just your product and what you're actually helping people get, but it's what can they achieve as a whole. You have to look at the big picture. What is your client's biggest problem? How can we solve it? And how can the product help them as well? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Matthew, do you have anything you'd like to go over?
Yeah, so I think that we should just, end it on that, something motivational. If you have to go for something if you want to be able to achieve something in this life. You know what I mean? Like, if Steph Curry would have made 0 3-pointer shots if he didn't shoot the ball. You know what I mean? You have to go for something consistently. You have to practice your craft. You have to work on it every single day. Nobody's going to give you anything. There's no handouts in life, and the sooner that you take accountability for your own actions and you start to do, you really start to take accountability of what you got to do in this life, the better your life is going to be.
Right. Plan it and execute it.
Yeah.
Have a target, go for the target.
Absolutely.
Readjust, go through the obstacles.
Every day, try to better yourself.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
All right, Matthew. Thank you for coming,
great,
brother.
For sure. That was awesome. And I feel like we got a lot of good clips.
Yeah, we gotta go through it.
Hopefully we find some good ones.
And dude, we can refine this anytime.
I'm sure we'll get some good
I
clips.
think if we do something and we bring more people.
Good job, guys.
You guys heading out?
Yeah, we're heading out, man.
Have a safe drive home.
4th of July, man. Be good.
You too.
Don't kill nobody, man.